Okay, Eric, we're in Germersheim, and it says that it's 34, but it feels like 41. So why isn't it 41?
It's 47.
It's beautiful. Up the River Rhine.
Only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Which shows earlier in case there is some above in the area, so they know with what to treat the wines. Hey, if you're talking about the wines, I don't know if you read in the newspaper, there is, so to say, a breaking news coming from the wine industry. French were very successful, crossing several different grape varieties. They created this brand new wine, and what is so great about this new wine is you can actually have quite some of it, even a couple of bottles, and it doesn't make you go to Vaca. And the French decided to name this new wine Pinot Noir. Might want to give it a try. We have it now. We have it now. On the right hand side. Now, this tower at the entrance of the notorious Binger Loch later served as a signaling station for ships brave enough to pass through this difficult stretch of the river. And during the periods of war, for instance, the treasures of this castle. The French destroyed this castle in the year 1689, and that it is still very, very impressive ruin. French destroyed it in 1689. You will notice as we are progressing, this information will become repetitive and will definitely have some time.
Uh-oh. What's up, Lonnie?
She's in the restroom.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you'd put her down for a nap. No, I because she looks sleepy.
No, just the first part. Put her down for a nap.
I
You didn't
said it all.
pause. You didn't pause. I just
No.
thought like, Tammy. All right. She comes over here. Not sure what she's thinking. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing down.
So that was the area where wait,
The area what?
Eric wasn't there. That's the area
Right there high on top of the
2018.
hill,
Right.
you are looking at the beautiful castle. And I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, boy, you say for every castle that it's beautiful. Well, this one is called Schönburg.
I think that's it, Eric.
Easily translated Schön. They failed. Hillary was successful at 1689. This castle was beautiful as well. It was rebuilt, reconstructed in its original shape and style, and looking up here you can see it's a combination of defensive residential buildings.
You okay, Tammy?
Schönburg Castle is unique silhouette. There's a few others we've seen converted into a hotel, but this one is quite luxurious one. Only 19 rooms, but what is best known is for the fact that it has 3 elevators. So Schönburg Castle on the left, and we are slowly now entering the city of Oberwessel. Oberwessel is known to be a city of towers and vine. 16 of the original 18 defensive towers along the town
Eric, all
wall
those are empty too.
preserved and in its original state. The most important landmark of Oberwessel, apart from the castle, is
You know why? I don't think you can get machinery up there. Okay.
The obvious reason the material used for construction was red sandstone. The foundation stone for the church was laid back in the year 1308, and was some 23 years later, August 1531, the Archbishop Falcon of Luxembourg was able to consecrate it. With its famous high altar known as the gold altar, there are frescoes on the pillars depicting images from the Bible or saints. A magnificent Baroque organ with 56 registers invites you to a regular organ concert. There are 5 old bells hanging in the tower.
Where did I put it?
The bells are already 600 years old, and the oldest bell was cast in the middle of the 13th century. You can see in front of us on the river as well a Viking docking location. Need to say that we, on any of the other itineraries, we do not offer a program here in Oberwessel. The reason for that docking location is actually behind the hill on our left. A small town called Ibesheim. The tradition of bride's bouquet was introduced during that time. No, you didn't know that? Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, back in those days, most people got married in June. I'd say about 95% of weddings were held in June. And there was a pretty good reason for that. The reason was that they would all take their yearly bath in May. And they were still smelling pretty good by June. However, you can imagine there was some body odor starting to kick in. So on a wedding day, a bride would be given a bouquet of flowers to try to preserve some of that. And then after getting married, she could throw it away as it didn't matter anymore. So there you have it, the tradition of bride's bouquet.
ladies and gentlemen, yet another island here on the right. This is something you're not able to see with the normal water conditions. And you will see now in just a couple of minutes in the middle of the river there is a rock formation. Another thing that you can't see with the normal water levels, it is marked with all floating controls. You know about it. All the ships are equipped with all this fancy equipment, it was those get to the base, that's the spot, and you will fall.
How are you feeling about this? Oh, you're reading.
Yeah.
How's the river for you, Dorothy? Good.
It's beautiful.
What up here? We're at 5 meter 551. Or kilometer. Good question. And there are so many hills back on this side that were empty.
Oh, they were empty.
Abandoned.
I can't tell if these ones are full.
It sure looks like they're either new or because the ground is so nice, tailored. So I feel like they've been taking care of it. But on the right side over here was so much unused. You could see they were terraces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last year, like sometime in April, I'm very hesitant.
Stolzenfeld's castle, originally built in 1259. Same story, like for most of them destroyed by the French during the War of Palatinate Succession in 1689. It remained in ruins for good 200 years until the Crown Prince of Prussia himself had it renovated, rebuilt and used it for his summer residence. A beautiful one, a really great opportunity for some selfies as well. Sit back, relax. In just about 15 minutes, lunch will be served. Thank you very much for being up with us on the Sunday. Captain Peter, Officer Peter, Second Officer Marius, thank you very much for sailing us safe to this beautiful part of the river. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you a little bit later for our next television complex.
Ship's bell. I am not going to read it. But Viking, Persia, 2017. So, what are you playing, Marco? Beautiful. Johnson, on the hunt for a fabric shop. I see Bally jewelry. Must be down here past the front of the church. cafe and restaurant. Das Tupflaken. Oh, that's it. That would be it. Yes. Okay, I'll do my best.
Ich bin der heiße Neckarsack und mein und dieser Sober wird immer wieder so ist und dann die Hände zum Himmel, aber lasst uns fröhlich sein. Wir klatschen zusammen und einer ist da. Und dann die Hände zum Himmel, aber lasst uns fröhlich sein. Wir klatschen zusammen und einer ist da.
Coming up to another lock.
I would think so. We can't go up the falls. Yeah, like the co-pilot got busy in the gate. There was like a desktop of controls. He's standing right back here. That's when I decided maybe I better go sit down. He didn't tell me to get lost off the deck, but we are making a hard left.
What's that?
We're making a hard left.
Yeah. Lining up for the lock. I was thinking that we were going to go that way and then.
Yeah.
Maybe it looks like I think the ship wouldn't fit through that little space.
Maybe not. Look how narrow that is, Eric.
Yeah. Thrusters are kicking in.
I guess it needs to be as narrow as possible so they don't have to put so much water in
Yeah.
to lift us.
Yeah.
Maybe what they do is they just widen this area.
Is there someone in that building running this thing, or is it all?
I don't know. That'd be a question to ask.
I
when
didn't
you do
see anybody in the chair.
Might be something to ask during the tour this afternoon or
Yeah.
later on this morning. Because I was wondering if it's all gone computerized now.
Yeah.
But you'd almost want somebody here because what if there's a failure where you have a manual override that you can, shut a valve or open a valve or whatever the case may be.
All right, the red light went off.
Green light.
And I've been watching this guy. He's slowly creeping in. So I'm kind of curious if he's going to motor in and take this spot right along this left side.
And then we have
and
to
then we
work
go
by
exit
him.
the right side. Yeah. Yeah, he's starting to motor in, it looks like.
We're barely moving forward.
I don't know if you heard him. The distance here is 12 meters,
Uh-huh.
and this ship is 11 and a half meters wide.
Yeah. Picturing moments from Galaxy Quest. Scraping the walls. Yeah, it looks like we are definitely going to go to his left.
Mm-hmm.
Warm enough, Tammy? Good. Yeah, I'm not. I don't even have my jacket on. It's fine. It's a nice morning, huh?
On the East Coast. Main Street. Not a great.
This is also the seat of a winery. They do our wine tasting. And we have the chance also tasting their wine. You can see that the top in, and it's also a fire was most dangerous. It's wine that you will not find in the United States.
I love that. Say hi, people. How was that? Cheers. Pause it.
Are you FaceTiming?
Yeah, I'm videoing. Pause it.
Okay, cheers. guys.
Cheers.
Cheers to your empty glasses.
And I gotta say, out of randomness, this number 67, Richard Richter, is the gem.
Which one?
I enjoyed that one very much.
We like the label, so we tried
Me
it.
too, that's why I picked it.
Here's how I'm spending my last 45 minutes in our room. Yes, it's a beautiful day, and I'm continuing on with lovely Fox and Rabbit Cloister Garden. And I am in March, box 3. Oh, it just never ends. Miss you guys. Spring is evident everywhere. Back home, here's my haul from Hirschner's, a project bag, a stamped cross-stitch animal baby quilt, a beautiful brand new release. I had to have it cross-stitch pattern, some fabric that was a really big savings off at Quiltin' a Day, and the jelly rolls that went with it. Here's one that I found on sale, Walk in the Woods, Field and Furrows. I think that's Tim's. And one that I found on sale that is absolutely my jam, Crimson Crowns, I believe it's called. And it's a big one. It's a 96 by 96. And from my Black Needle Society special arrangement, special membership, Downton Abbey seasons 1 and 2. So here you go. Here are the spoilers in this box. Open for business.
After 3
Weeks.
long weeks of
Yep.
no Stitchy Town.
Right. Well, plus the weather.
Yeah, plus
But-
weather.
Yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Allison and Eric here. Alicine Stitchin with the Johnson Man, explaining how happy we are to be back. Did you enjoy the trip, though, Eric, at all?
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Very good. The river was smooth. We had lovely weather. We saw some awesome vineyards, right?
Oh yeah, vineyards, lots of vineyards.
Plenty of vineyards. I took tons of pictures of, I will admit, stained glass windows and churches, which I then edited out of this video because it just got to be too much. So I focused on the vineyards and our enjoyment of those, and my cross stitching as I was sitting there trying to get through. I had a goal, March, Fox and Rabbit, and I'm not quite there yet. And here it's what, the 4th? But I'll get through it. I just have barely the rest of the center daisy and then one whole flourish to finish, and I'm golden. And then those corners are not scaring me at all. April's release. So what happened, Eric Johnson?
Well, let's see, was it 2 days before we were supposed to depart?
Mm-hmm.
We went out to a really nice dinner on the Eiffel Tower and one of those 10-star deluxe Michelin restaurants. And at the conclusion of that, we got back to the hotel room, and I'm going, I don't feel good. I need to evacuate everything that's in me. Anyway, during the course of the night, that happened. Everything came out, and still had pain underneath the right side rib cage, as if somebody was reaching their fingers underneath the rib cage and pulling the rib cage out. Long story short, after a full night and one full day of not feeling correct, Allison decided we'd look it up online, and sure enough, was the area the gallbladder is located. So, with that being said, we then went down to the concierge desk and asked for direction to a hospital. We went to the American Hospital in Paris. Staff couldn't be better. They were just awesome.
It just happens to be named that. They don't just take Americans. It was founded in 1906 as a consulate hospital. Go ahead.
So they got me in there, took a temperature, sent me immediately off to C-scan or whatever they call it. Came back, when I want to say within an hour, hour and a half, I was already admitted and set for surgery to have the gallbladder removed. Once the following day around noon, the surgery was scheduled, and the doctor got in there, and my gallbladder had ruptured, spilling its contents, over 100 gallstones, and all kinds of other nastiness had spread throughout the abdomen area. And they did a complete flush and got everything out, and couldn't have been better. I mean, God was smiling on us on that, because it could have been far worse. Had that happened on the plane, it would not be a good outcome. 2 days into recoup, noticed in the evening my temperature started to rise. Called in the nurse. Nurse said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Absolutely." She went and got a thermometer and checked, and sure enough, the temperature was starting to creep up, even though it was on 3 types of heavy-duty antibiotics. Once she verified, yeah, the temperature's going up, she immediately went and got the doctor. Doctor was in my room within 2 minutes, and they swapped out everything that they were pumping in with another type of broad-spectrum antibiotic, and within probably an hour or so of that being pumped in, the temperature dropped and stayed down and gone.
Have not had it again,
Has
right?
not had, it has not come back, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Right now, going through recoup after a full week out now. I've probably been working harder than I probably should, but that's just who I am.
Feeling normal again, huh?
Yeah, feeling normal again, wanting to do more, even though the body's saying no, I'm saying yes. So I've been pushing probably a little bit harder than I should, but everything's going fine, everything's doing well. I just need to listen to my body. When it says shut down time, it means shut down time. It doesn't mean keep working. So Anyway, from that standpoint, everything's going great for us. We're back down to San Clemente, one of our favorite places in the world.
The sun
Stitchy
feels...
tent is up and operating. Full swing. I'm sure Allison's going to swing around her camera, so show you.
Just so I can show you, I pulled out my Bonnie Hunter 2025, and I'm gonna get the back in action.
So there you have it, folks. We're back in action, and right now I'm looking up the pathway here, and there's a gentleman with the big Reflections fifth wheel that has moved his trailer now 3 times, and it's still ending up in the exact same spot. So I'm not sure what he's trying
I think
to do.
he's trying to get closer to the
He
hose.
hasn't been swinging his truck over, so
Oh,
he needs to
okay.
either pull forward a lot more because his tail end is actually sticking in the roadway.
Yeah, it is.
So anyway, back onto the fun stuff as being a camp host. Talk
Yes,
to y'all
we are.
later. Love y'all.